feel like the Rebel Cipher was actually Joey's like best response back. But honestly, y'all gotta admit, bruh said he went to the Diddy parties. So honestly, he said he was at bruh said he was at the Diddy parties but didn't see the freak offs or whatever. That's what they all say, bro. Like that's the excuse. That's what I hear everyone saying. But basically in there, he came at Daylyt, dissing him for being the battle rapper that has his ass cheeks out. I don't know if y'all remember that one video where he randomly showed his ass cheeks back in like a battle rap session or something like that. Honestly, that was weird. Man, you already know what's going on. It's that lyrical miracle spiritual, that spherical lyrical miracle, that delirial spherical miracle burial cereal. Man, it's the Joey Badass TDE minus Kendrick beef that's ongoing right now. You know, Joey Badass, Ray Vaughn, Daylyt, CJ So Fly, Azchike. Bruh, it's like a whole world war of like those social conscious rappers that, you know, wear those like old military style hats back in the day. They were probably all wearing those. I mean, rewind like 2 decades ago, they were definitely rocking those hats, man. But basically, you already know what's going on. It's been a crazy beef. There's been, let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 songs and counting basically released between like 4 different people, I think. So it's honestly like something you never really seen. It's like I'd say the closest thing to compare of it is, think of like the Drake Kendrick beef. Now think of like all the B-list, C-list, D-list, and F-list rappers, bro, that are associated, besides no one from OVO, just those rappers that barely are even listened to, and that's what you're gonna get. But it's honestly been super interesting because Ray Vaughn has actually blown up kind of for it. I mean, I've heard him before, and he was super conscious, super lyrical miracle cereal type rap.
Cinnamon, cinnamon, all feminine, feminine, all venom and heart venom, and cinnamon, all venom, and cinnamon, sauce venom, enema, give him an enema.
I didn't even know that he was from the West Coast and stuff like that. And he kind of hit the airwaves with this whole beef that's ongoing right now. Whether it's as serious as the Drake and Kendrick thing, I don't think it's as serious as that. And they basically said, I mean, it seems like TDE has been pretty tight with Joey Badass and Pro Era for a minute now. I think they went on tour back in the day, and they're all pretty tied in. Like, I know he was super cool. They were showing love with Absol and stuff like that. But it's been an ongoing crazy situation because I guess Ray Vaughn is not cool with them and they were cool with him. It's a whole thing, man. We're gonna get into it today. We're gonna explain everything. It's a lot of different angles with this whole story. So we're just gonna go through every single song and react to all 15 songs that basically went throughout this whole beef. And we're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about what the vibes are, what exactly happened, and everything that went down right now. So before we get into this, man, like, comment, subscribe. You already know what's going on. We're gonna tap in right now. Make sure you tap in and get that merch. Like this type of shit we got going on right now, man. StaySafeWorld.com. You already know. Make sure you tap into that. Let's get into this, man. So, off rip, I mean, like you saw with the Drake and Kendrick beef, there was only like 5 or 6 songs, and not every single song was that fire. This has been a beat that I have only listened to a couple of songs, and it actually, like, I heard a Azchike song. I don't know which song it was, but it had me wanting to check out this beat because the beat was super hard when I was listening to it in the car. So I feel like the best way to go about it too is to actually react to each song, because I don't even really know like if there's any real animosity. Like this beef kind of didn't really start from anything happening like the Drake and Kendrick type situation or anything like that. It kind of just started happening from like Joey Badass just trying to push in the buttons to try to get some people to respond. I don't know if he's dropping or something like that in the future, but I think it seems that this might be some type of thing for promotion because he's basically been egging them on. And it all kind of started from this one song called The Ruler's Back, which came out on January 1st. Then I guess Daylyt ended up dropping a song called Hi You on January 7th. That was sort of like a response to that. Then that's where Ray Vaughn actually comes in And this is like the start of his ascension, but I feel like he didn't really start hitting till like probably this month. Like I feel like it really started making the biggest difference this month. Then we got Mick Jenkins dropping on the 13th. Where Mick Jenkins has anything to do with this, he hates on Joey Badass. Like he's been having an ongoing beef with Joey Badass. I don't know if it's real or this is just like some battle rap type stuff, but he is not like Joey Badass for a minute. So bro chimed in also. Then we got CJ Fly that I didn't even know this dude rapped anymore. I haven't heard CJ Fly since I was in high school, and I feel like an unk right now. I thought he retired and had a family and was like doing like a rec league or something like that, bro. Then we got Joey, Sorry Not Sorry, on January 20th. Then we got another Daylyt song, and I saw someone was commenting on like the Daylyt music. It was saying it was sounding like Dr. Seuss rhymes or something like that, bro. Like, come on, bro. You got to give Daylyt his respect. Then we got Impossible Patty with Ray Vaughn on February 8th. Pardon Me with Joey Badass. Dude, this is like a whole season full of beefs. Like this has started on the 1st and it's still going. I'm only in February. Then we got All Credits of What X2 with Azchike. Then we got By Curie by Daylyt. Then we got Backpack by Daylyt again. I know bro dropped damn near like 4 songs or something like that. Then we got Just Incredible Freestyle with Ray on like May 7th. So there was like a little break in between. I guess Joey Badass didn't answer. Then the Red Bull Cipher with Joey Badass with Absol and Big Sean. So off rip is already kind of weird because bro's on a freestyle type Cipher thing with Absol and Big Sean when they're supposed to be beefing with other members of TDE, which has people thinking like, is this even a beef or is this some type of like promotion or something like that? Then Ray Vaughn dropped Ho Era, which seemed like an actual diss track. I feel like Ray Vaughn actually does not like bro. Like I feel like his type of situation that he got going on is kind of separate. And there's an actual video talking about it where he went on like AD and T-Rel and Smack's podcast, you know, and basically was saying that everyone in TDE is tied in with them, but he doesn't really fuck with Joey Badass like that.
Do you feel obligated sometimes to hop in that beef and maybe throw some shots?
Yes.
And do it up.
Yeah, so like me, I feel like any who not Drake should be just shutting the fuck up. Because if not, then it's like you gonna antagonize the other niggas who feel the same way I feel. Me, I feel it because I'm a TDE baby, so I'm gonna like take that personal. It's like, I don't know, it's hard for niggas to understand that. It's like if your big brother get into a fight, you gonna let that nigga get his shit off, but let any niggas even act like a nigga look like he about to do something, you gonna be like, back the fuck up, or I'm gonna get off on you too.
So when Joey Badass threw those shots, you like, here it come, I got to do this.
Yeah, I'm like, you go back, don't, power needs you.
But you know, it's a lot of history between TDE and TDE and Joey Badass.
I don't know him.
So yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. So that got nothing to do with me.
So when I see, look, because he's a bitch, look. Because when when Joey did that, we like, no, Joey the homie. I'm like, no, hold on,
it's right. Joey the homie.
That's what he did. We did a whole bunch of stuff with Joey.
Joey is crazy.
Not going to be cool with everybody.
Now let me get the lines off now. Joey is the homie. In real life.
You can't say you're the homie while I'm sitting right next to you.
Then Joey Badass dropped the finals, and that was like a week ago. Then we got Dead Apple by Reason. Reason came in like 5 months later. So it's been a solid, like straight up, almost a quarter of the year diss tracks. And I think Daylyt dropped another song that was like a tribute to Capital Steve, which honestly, bro, like at this point, it's kind of hard to tell if they're even beefing or if they're lazing at a certain point. But man, let's tap into this. Let's get into the first one. We're gonna listen to The Rule Is Back. The Rule Is Back. Let's see. Joey Badass. The Rule Is Back. All right, we tapping in. Let's see if this is. Let's see how this is.
Architecture and interior design.
Ads and shit.
Find a 3D designer today. Fiverr. Start now.
Alright, let's see. Alright, so midway through that whole situation, bro said something about like the West Coast or something like that. I need to actually go on Genius to even see what he said. Too much West Coast dick licking. I'm hearing niggas throwing rocks really ain't shit sticking. And he's basically referencing a bar in Capital Steve's song Talking Shit. Joey borrows the opening bar from Jay-Z's track 22's off 1996 Reasonable Doubt. Joey previously referenced the bar. That is basically, I guess, in that part of the song, he was basically dissing Kendrick, saying that there's too many people glazing him, which, I mean, there's a lot of people glazing, basically. Yeah, so basically in that song, the only part that he really, like, dissed Kendrick in was the part where he actually said, like, there's too much West Coast dick licking. And, I mean, pause, real Diddy shit, first off. Second off, like, I guess he was just upset about the whole eyes that the whole world had on like the West Coast because of the whole thing with Kendrick. You know, he's been having a crazy year. Luther has been on the charts for a year straight. So has Not Like Us, which is honestly like breaking a lot of records and stuff like that. So obviously people are listening and stuff. But I guess that's the main thing that I guess he was saying, that he wanted to see more people from New York coming out and sort of having that same type of influence right there. And I guess people from TDE did not really vibe with that whole statement, or maybe they are friends behind the scenes. It seems like they're probably still chill behind the scenes or something like that. And that's when Daylyt dropped a lyrical miracle type song called High You. And I mean, we're going to tap into that right now. That came out on January 7th. So that's basically a couple days after. And there was like a back and forth with Mick Jenkins, which is going to come up later. But let's listen to this Daylyt song, bro. Let's listen to the Daylyt song. Let's check it out. All right. Let's see. It's already sounding like Daylyt. Bad. So yeah, you already know it's Daylyt, so it's gonna be like some lyrical, miracle, spiritual, like we were talking about. But the main part of High You, so the beginning part of it, he basically gives a shout out sort of to Capital Steez. And Capital Steez, if you don't know, is like one of the main people that were in Pro Era that is kind of responsible for everyone listening to Pro Era that at the time, because of his whole like rhyming and like bro was like super fire. Nowadays, I don't know like if people would really listen to that music, but back then in that era, like the early 2010s, he was definitely like the main voice. And then I feel like he sort of, his influence died off when he killed himself. He basically jumped off a building, and when he did that, he obviously died, but he left behind the whole 47 and Pro Era type thing that Joey Badass left to carry. And then I feel like Joey Badass after that point in his career, like he had like, I don't know if 1999 might have been around the same time as that, but then after that it seemed like his career just never really was the same. So he was giving a shout out to Joey Badass's homie Capital Steez, which is kind of weird to say in like a beef situation. Obviously they're not like really beefing if he's doing that, but he kind of responded at the end basically saying that Joey Badass had all this time to come up and his peers were at his level, especially back then, because I remember in high school we were listening to Joey Badass and he was like way bigger than Kendrick at the time, and then Kendrick basically has surpassed him, and he's had all this time to basically grow. And I mean, he ended up doing other stuff like acting basically, and people don't really know him for his music anymore. They haven't really known his music probably for over a decade. So that was kind of like his response. After that song, we got Mick Jenkins actually responding and coming back into the beef, because he was having a whole situation with Joey Badass, but it has nothing to do really with TDE until the 13th of January. But before that, we got Ray Vaughn, which basically came out a day after Joey Badass with Crash Out Heritage. And that song is like Ray Vaughn sort of getting into the beef. And he basically explains in a video with the podcast that I talked about earlier, it was because of Joey Badass basically saying the West Coast was, people were getting dick riding the West Coast, dick licking, in his words, the West Coast. That's essentially why Ray Vaughn stepped in, because he said, if you see your homie getting like, you know, hit up on, or like someone coming at him, you're not Drake, you're not someone big enough to come at Kendrick, so I'm gonna respond for you. And Top Dog was just like, yeah, you know, like take the moment and stuff like that. That's basically what he says in the podcast. So we're gonna listen to Crash Out Heritage. That was his first response back right now. So let's see. and it's basically sampling the one song with Kendrick and stuff. So yeah, so Crash Out Heritage was basically Ray Vaughn's response, and in the whole situation, he basically talked about how Joey Badass is looking for some type of way to get a new hit, and that's the reason why he was dissing the West Coast. And he basically was saying that Joey Badass doesn't have any hits at all and doesn't have any qualifications to come at Kendrick, which is a crazy thing to say as Ray Vaughn, because honestly, I have never heard of this dude before these songs. And I feel like Ray Vaughn honestly gets better throughout the beef, because personally, that song to me was like, I give it like a 2 out of 10. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I thought that there were some cool parts of it. I just didn't like the flow. It was like very aggressive, and it's like a Kendrick like beat and stuff like that. Like, I feel like it was kind of just rushed as a response. And like another thing that he basically was talking about is basically how Joey Badass was seeing them in public and was trying to act like a distant cousin, saying that Joey Badass really was saying all this stuff about dissing the West Coast, but is trying to be cool with them, which kind of makes sense because I guess he's cool with them. But I feel like the beef really started getting crazy after that response, because that's where actually Joey Badass was responding to Ray Vaughn, and that would happen a little bit later. But first, we got Mick Jenkins with Wars and Rumors of Wars. That's like a whole Joey Badass beef. Get past that, because that's not really West Coast, East Coast. That's just a nigga from Chicago basically saying that. Next thing is the CJ Fly How You Freestyle, which is basically kind of a response. So let's tap into that. CJ Fly How You Freestyle. Let's get into it and react to this. It's a Ray Vaughn and Daylyt response. He's responding on behalf of Joey Badass. Before Joey Badass gets into it, CJ Fly was in Pro Era. I mean, he's still in Pro Era. Like I said before, I did not know that he still made music. So honestly, this is news to me. But let's tap into this shit right now. Let's go. Same beat too. Yeah, so that was the CJ How You Freestyle. Honestly, it was kind of nostalgic. It reminded me of listening to CJ Fly like back in the day, like back when Pro Era was super crazy. You know, I really feel like I have not listened to this dude in a decade. And before this song, like I hadn't even thought of dude in a minute. So honestly, I feel like this whole rap beef, the positive side of it is it's really just giving me more music to like listen to people that I haven't really listened to in a minute. So that's definitely a positive. And his whole response was basically that neither of them are qualified to be talking to Joey. So it seems like people are just stepping in on tribute on behalf of other people in this whole situation, which really brings us to the next rap, honestly, which is Sorry Not Sorry with Joey. That's the first time he's actually gonna chime in and respond to Ray Vaughn. So you already know what that means. We gotta tap in and listen to this shit right now. Let's go. Bro has an official video with this shit too. In case y'all didn't notice, there's so many damn songs that it took me like mad long. This video took like long as fuck off rip. So Sorry Not Sorry was basically a response, and he basically goes into the whole, I mean, I feel like J. Cole catches an actual stray because he says like, I'm not gonna delete later, you know, referencing the whole J. Cole situation where he deleted his whole diss track towards Kendrick Lamar and literally said that he was going to, but that was really the only thing diss related in there. I mean, there's probably some lyrical miracle layers that I'm missing that I need a PhD in rap music to be able to follow, but that was kind of his response, and it had everyone from like Pro Era, like CJ Fly stuff inside of it. Obviously, he had like a conductor beat on the second half. I feel like the first half of all these tracks is them just like spinning, and then the second half is really when they start talking about like the actual beef stuff. But I mean, I feel like as the actual like beef kept going, the songs got better. The one thing that I noticed is these dudes put in mad work, bro. They had to shoot like 10 music videos over the course of a whole like half a year. So, you know, for each side, it's honestly like these niggas are working harder than they've been doing, you know? After that, we basically got a response a month later. That was from Daylyt with the YHRR song. So far, I mean, obviously, like, I feel like the songs were basically building up to better and better. Like, I feel like as the beef continued, the songs got a little bit better. I'm not sure if there's an actual like music video to this, but we gonna tap into this. This is like the response or whatever. a lot of these Daylyt tracks I feel like are so like mentally like layered and stuff like that it's kind of hard for me to like follow. You know, I mean, for most of these niggas are like the most lyrical niggas that there really could ever be. So it's like really kind of like a mission. You gotta like deep dive into the lyrics and stuff like that. But let's listen to YHRR has Eminem at the beginning of the video, and he's in New York again. So let's see. So off rip, I feel like the YHRR song, I just listened to it with Daylyt. Number one, I feel like this is like one of my favorite videos out of this so far. And like I've been saying, it just gets progressively better, like with everything that everyone is rapping and stuff. I feel like as the beef continued, more and more like feeling came out of the songs, and he's actually responding to Joey Badass, basically saying that he's been doing this since like Joey Badass was still on a school bus, basically saying that he should not be coming at him, and Joey Badass is basically jealous of Daylyt's success and where he reached in his career. And honestly, like the video is mad hard. Like Absol's in it, they're in New York again. I actually remember seeing this song like probably like a couple months ago, and I didn't even realize that this was like a Joey Badass like diss back and forth. And it's honestly been ongoing for mad long. That song so far I say is the best out of all of them. And then after that we got Impossible Patty, Ray Vaughn. That was like the response. It seems like whenever Daylyt raps something, like Ray Vaughn will basically say something. So we're gonna tap into this because this is the official visualizer and the next response to Joey Badass in the West Coast. Let's see. So listening to the Impossible Patty song, I guess the name of it is saying that Joey Badass basically is not cooking with real food or something like that. I didn't really particularly fuck with this song, I'm not gonna lie. Like there's other Ray Vaughn songs that I like that are further in the beef, but basically he actually calls out Joey Badass though and says that rappers turn actors basically like ducking and saying stuff, basically subliminal messaging and like songs and stuff like that, which is kind of like the ongoing theme. And you know, his diss to Joey Badass, that was kind of like his response. A bunch of other stuff saying about like YNs and stuff, you know, like it's not my favorite track on there. But Joey Badass basically responds 10 days later. I mean, they be responding super fast, you know, because of the fact that you gotta admit they be responding fast, because every single one of these songs has a music video. There's no not music video. So I mean, it's kind of like a real back and forth, but I don't know if it's like serious. It seems like Ray Vaughn is actually serious. Like bro said, I'll spin a band to get you twitching like DJ Academics. So I mean, that's some aggressive talk. But we're gonna get into the next song, which dropped on February 18th, which is Pardon Me with Joey Badass. You know, pardon me, Joey Badass. Pardon me, Joey Badass. Man, let's tap into it. It gets more aggressive as we go. Actually, I don't think this song actually has a video, but we're gonna listen to it. Let's go. Fucking ads and shit. Yeah, there's no video for this one, so I guess this is where he slowed down, but this is where he responded. Let's go. Alright, so obviously we got Pardon Me. Just listen to it. Bro's rapping on like a Just Blaze type beat. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it was definitely not one of my favorites. I felt like it was kind of corny. Bro said they trying to mark us out like Garvey. Nah, bro. Like I was liking the other ones a little bit more, to tell you the truth. And then I guess after this is where Azchike basically chimes in, and I'm actually a big Azchike fan. So I think after the credits of What ×2, which I actually like that song, is basically where he comes in. And let's see what he has to say, because I actually had heard that song, but I didn't know that he had said something after the credits of the actual song. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna go all the way in here and try to see. Okay, the credits, and then I actually like the What X2 song personally, and there was no real like intro to him jumping in. I guess bro just jumped in. Okay, let's see. So obviously that was kind of quick and to the point, but he basically said keep it close out of your mouth and you're gonna respect Kendrick like afterwards. Honestly, I like the whole What Times 2 song, but I never actually noticed that bro had left like an Easter egg at the end of that shit. And I guess Daylyt responds like literally 2 days later, and bro dropped like he would drop 2 songs in a row. The next one would be By Curie, then he would drop Backpack basically like 2 months later. And I guess Joey Badass just never really responded until the actual Red Bull Cipher. So let's get into those 2 Daylyt songs. So that song was basically super, it was super transcendent. Honestly, bro, like it was very lyrical miracle for me. The beat was hard. It was also very Just Blaze type beat. I mean, I'm probably gonna get some hate by the Daylyt like real fans that be like intricately looking through every single detail like it's some type of book report or something like that. But I mean, it was alright. It wasn't my favorite Daylyt song out of all these, really. I feel like the next thing that basically comes out that's kind of like the biggest push would actually be like the 7th of May when the Just Incredible freestyle that Ray would drop. That would be, we're gonna tap into that right now. Incredible Ray Vaughn. Like I said, bro, like Ray Vaughn is just getting like a, this is like his push, and he basically goes in on LA Leakers to basically respond to Joey Badass. But this is his moment, bro. Like this is Ray Vaughn. Like honestly, before this, I did not ever really hear of Ray Vaughn. I heard him in the pop-up and stuff like that, pop out. And like bro was doing like a super lyrical miracle song, and I didn't really like the song that he chose. He should have chose just like some West Coast type shit, but he didn't, obviously. And now you could actually see him going. So we're gonna check out this Just Incredible Ray Vaughn freestyle, because I guess he went crazy. So let's see. Bet. So yeah, so we got him rapping over 3 different beats. He rapped over like 3 beats. It's like 11 minutes of rapping. It's rap heavy, bro. Like it goes on. I mean, like obviously like the Just Incredible freestyles are really crazy, and bro be coming with mad punchlines and metaphors and similes and stuff like that. I like the more simple type punchlines where it's like one big punchline and then like a lead up to that. But hey, man, like beggars can't be choosers. That is not one of my favorite like moments in this beef. I'm gonna tell you right now, my favorite song from Ray Vaughn, which we're gonna actually get into, is the Whole Era one, which I feel like is low-key hard. Like that's, I feel like, his best song, which he builds his way up to. But basically, Joey would kind of respond back in the Red Bull Cipher, which had Ab-Soul and Big Sean in it, which is honestly like, obviously there's no like actual real beef going on, because otherwise it wouldn't be just like there. But in the actual Red Bull Cipher, like I said, he kind of like goes into it a little bit more and kind of responds in like a cipher type format. And I guess like Red Bull kind of sponsored this as like a sort of way to like highlight like bars and stuff like that. Obviously I know Ab-Soul is making a comeback too, and Big Sean, I don't know why he's a part of it also, but we're gonna tap into this. It's a 6-minute video, man. These are very lyrical miracle spirituals. You're gonna have to really be like a battle rap fan to really be listening to this shit, man. But we're gonna tap into this right now. Let's see. Let's get it. Alright, so first off, I feel like the Red Bull Cipher was actually Joey's like best response back. But honestly, y'all gotta admit, bruh said he went to the Diddy parties. So honestly, he said he was at bruh said he was at the Diddy parties but didn't see the freak offs or whatever. That's what they all say, bro. Like that's the excuse. That's what I hear everyone saying. But basically in there, he came at Daylyt, dissing him for being the battle rapper that has his ass cheeks out. I don't know if y'all remember that one video where he randomly showed his ass cheeks back in like a battle rap session or something like that. Honestly, that was weird. He also dissed Ray Vaughn, basically saying it wasn't an East versus West beef, and basically said that it was like friendly competition, which kind of removes all the beef type aspects or anything like that. But he said that he was basically gonna respond, but he pretty much lit up Daylyt Savings, basically saying like Daylight savings is over, you know, trying to diss Daylyt and stuff like that. Bro went crazy. Out of all these tracks, I definitely recommend listening to the Red Bull Cipher. And there's a reason why it has 2.1 million views. And it is kind of like the whole reason why people are even following this whole beef, because I feel like that was like the best song so far. If I were to rate like all the songs so far, I would say that I like the Red Bull Cipher. Then I like Daylyt's song, YHRR. And then the next song that actually comes next is Whole Era with Ray Vaughn. And that's actually my third favorite. Honestly, like they're all pretty up there because I like that song the most. And we're getting into songs that basically happen. I think Daylyt might have dropped another song today or yesterday. But we're going to get into Whole Era because I feel like Whole Era is like Ray Vaughn's is I think his best song. And he dropped like an IG snippet to it, and that's originally where I heard it. And then I was like, dang, this beef is real. So we're gonna listen to this right now. Let's go. So that was Whole Era. He basically disses Joey for number one, letting Ice Spice be the king of New York with the drill stuff. And he also goes in saying like, yo, like, bro, like the people don't want to listen to you for like rapping no more. People want to hear you acting. And that was basically kind of like the most aggressive song really on there. And then literally, I guess after that, Joey had to respond because like he had like mentioned him a little bit, but bro was saying he was like hitting a 20v1, like mad people were hitting him like it was like the Drake situation. But in reality, it was really just like two main people. And the next song that came out was The Finals. And that was like him responding exactly to Ray Vaughn. And people were saying that he basically washed Ray Vaughn. So there's a lot to unpack basically from the finals. He basically destroys Ray Vaughn, says he's more of a shih tzu than a top dog, says Kendrick Lamar doesn't even have Ray Vaughn's number and has probably never ever been to his house, and that he's dick riding Kendrick Lamar to the maximum level that you could possibly dick ride someone to. He basically says Ray Vaughn is super trash. He says that he's gonna get dropped from TDE and that Joey Badass has done more for Ray Vaughn's career than TDE in total, which honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a valid statement because no one has been listening to Ray Vaughn before this, and maybe people are gonna be listening to Ray Vaughn after this. Yeah, he also challenges Kendrick Lamar, and this has been like the song that basically had like academics out here screaming on live saying, yo, Kendrick Lamar gotta fucking respond to Joey Badass. And I mean, maybe Kendrick will. Bro's on tour right now. I don't know, bro. Everyone acting like Kendrick's like the boogeyman right now, but I do not think that Kendrick Lamar be beefing for fun. Like, this is very like lighthearted. Like, I mean, the Ray Vaughn seems like he's kind of serious, but like Kendrick don't really be beefing on no like lighthearted shit. Like when he be actually saying like dropping songs, like it'd be mad aggressive and be like trying to destroy people. And then Reason dropped a song that I'm not really gonna get into Reason because I don't really understand like really what Reason got anything to do with this. I thought Reason was having like an issue with TDE, so like that's the reason why like I'm not really gonna get into it. But then I mean, obviously, Ray Vaughn dropped the response to the whole Joey Badass thing in GoldenEye, which was actually like talking about the whole Diddy parties. Because, like I said, bro admitted to going to like Diddy parties. I don't know why he admitted going to Diddy parties like Joey Badass, but we're gonna get into that one right now. Let's get into GoldenEye. Let's get into GoldenEye. Let's see. It's an anti-Diddy agenda going on right now. Speaking of which, we're gonna be also tapping into the Diddy trial when Kid Cudi, you know, is about to go and talk to the jury and basically give his any damn songs to even keep track of all this shit. So basically, the little rundown of recently, we got My Town that Joey Badass dropped like a day ago, where he actually responds to Azchike, which we're gonna get into right now. And then directly after that, Ray Vaughn within an hour drops the GoldenEye, which is like a whole Diddy diss track where he mentions like Bukakis and shit like that. Honestly, it's a weird look, but we gotta get into My Town first, and then we're gonna react to everything that went down. Okay, so we just listened to the Joey Badass song My Town, and in that song he actually goes off. He says that Ray Vaughn stole last week, and he goes up against Azchike and said that he was getting dissed by a dude named Azchike. Basically, that was his response to Azchike, and he would later drop a song called Crash Dummy. But in the response to this, Ray Vaughn would basically drop Goldeneye, and in Goldeneye it's like the whole song about Joey's close relationship with Diddy, and he talks about Bukakis. And then this is where I feel like Ray Vaughn just, you know, it just gets trashed. Like it's like, bro, y'all can't even, this shit is garbage. Like, I'm not gonna listen to this song. Like, I feel like all these songs, like the high point of these songs was like the middle of the beef, and as it continues I feel like the songs get worse and worse and worse, and there's no clear winner because the songs are just starting to suck. But one clear W in this, I feel like, is the actual song that Azchike dropped that was a response to Joey Badass. I mean, the song is pretty good. It's called What Would You Do, that he dropped yesterday. So all these songs kind of dropped within 24 hours. And this is Azchike's basically response to that Joey Badass track. And I feel like this song is low-key hard. Like this song is wavy. So we're gonna get into this and sort of respond to this. Then we're gonna get into Crash Dummies, which basically just dropped yesterday. So as I said before, the best way to explain this whole beef is to go through every single song all together, because there's so much shit that's basically going on that it's gonna take a second to figure it all out, man. So let's get into What Would You Do. That song was definitely, personally, I like that song, but I mean, Joey Badass had already flamed dude by the time that My Town had dropped, and it has like 6 times as many views as that Azchike song, and the Azchike song basically has no type of promotion behind it. I didn't even know if bro's a part of TDE or what, but the next song, Crash Dummy, would basically come out literally 21 hours ago, and this is probably where we're gonna end like this whole thing, because it's gonna keep going on forever. I know Daylyt dropped some songs, but honestly, I feel like in the song that Azchike dropped, he came at Joey Badass. He said that, number one, he's third string out of all the other people that he came up with in his era. Number two, all the other people in his rap group basically don't even rap anymore, which is true. And also he said that Joey Badass, again, is an actor, and people only want to listen to him for acting. They don't want to listen to his music anymore, which honestly isn't really the case, because these songs that he's been dropping have been getting a lot of streams. And then we got Crash Dummy, which is like the Joey Badass, the last song that the most recent one that he's dropped. We're gonna get into it right now, so let's tap in. So we got Crash Dummy. Joey Badass basically samples a Tupac song, and basically goes off on Ray Vaughn, Azchike. The whole thing with Ray Vaughn, he basically says that he's TD East, and he's the one that's basically giving Ray Vaughn hella promotion. He's talking about how Top Dog's never gonna let him drop again after this, and you know, pretty. Yeah. So that's basically the beef in a nutshell. I mean, there was something for everyone. There was West Coast songs, East Coast songs, Daylyt saying like Negro spirituals and stuff like that. We had Absol, we had Big Sean chiming in. We had pretty much everything, and it's still gonna be ongoing. But that's a little explanation. It's nothing too serious where niggas are actually gonna like end up fighting or nothing like that. It seems like it's just like rap beef, but it really has like expanded the sport of like rap music, and now we have like these big companies basically sponsoring ciphers and stuff like that as a way of like showing that the culture is like pretty strong and it's gonna keep going. So I mean, this is probably good. I'm actually happy that this came out, because it's like the first time that I've actually listened to Joey Badass since like 10 years ago. First time I'm actually getting to listen to Ray Vaughn. First time really like actually taking a deep dive into Azchike's lyrics and stuff like that. So honestly, it seems like it's a good thing for rap music as a whole. But man, let me know in the comments what y'all think about all this shit. Real say shit. You already know what's going on, man. Peace.